One cold night, Officer Mark was on his usual patrol through a gritty urban neighborhood when he heard a faint cry. Following the sound, he found a little child in a trash can. The child was scared and alone, eyes wide with fear. Mark gently picked up the child, wrapped them in his jacket, and took them to his car. "You're safe now," he whispered, driving straight to the station. The child's name was Sam. At the station, Mark learned that Sam had no family willing to come forward. The social services were overwhelmed, and it became clear to Mark that Sam might get lost in the system. Unable to turn his back, Mark decided to take Sam into his own home temporarily. He vowed to uncover the truth about what had happened to Sam's parents. As days turned into weeks, Mark's investigation deepened. He discovered that Sam's parents had been involved with a local gang, the Iron Fists. This gang was notorious for their control over the neighborhood through fear and violence. Mark began to see connections between the gang's activities and the corruption within the local government and even his own police force. One evening, while piecing together information at his kitchen table, Sam approached him. The child clutched a worn-out teddy bear and asked, "Will you find my mommy and daddy?" Mark knelt down, looking Sam in the eyes. "I promise I will do everything I can to find them and bring justice." Mark's interactions with the neighborhood revealed the complexities of the community's struggles. He met Maria, a single mother working 2 jobs to keep her son away from gangs. "The Iron Fists have taken so many boys," she said, her voice heavy with worry. "I can't let them take my Luis." He also spoke with Luis, a young man who had left the gang but found it hard to escape their reach. They don't just let you walk away," Luis explained, "but I want a different life." Mark's investigation uncovered the deep-rooted corruption. Some local officials and even police officers were involved, taking bribes and looking the other way. Mark was shocked to learn that Officer Jennings, a veteran he respected, was one of them. Confronting Jennings in a darkened parking lot, Mark's voice was firm. "How could you turn a blind eye, Jennings?" Jennings looked defeated. "You don't understand, Mark. They threatened my family. I had no choice." Mark realized he couldn't bring down the Iron Fists alone. He reached out to trusted allies within the force and the community. They formed an unlikely coalition, determined to fight back. They planned to gather evidence and expose the gang and their enablers. The climax came on a stormy night. Mark and his team had gathered enough evidence to move against the Iron Fists. They planned a raid on an abandoned warehouse, the gang's stronghold. The tension was palpable as they moved in, ready for anything. Inside the warehouse, a fierce firefight broke out. Mark and his team fought bravely, determined to rescue Sam and bring the criminals to justice. Amid the chaos, Mark spotted Sam, held by one of the gang leaders. With a mix of skill and determination, Mark managed to rescue Sam and arrest the gang leader. The aftermath of the raid was significant. The Iron Fists were dismantled, and the corrupt officials were exposed and arrested. The community began to see a glimmer of hope for the first time in years. Mark stood by his promise and found Sam's parents, who were brought to justice for their involvement with the gang. Sam was placed in a loving foster home where they could finally feel safe. The neighborhood began to change. With the gang's grip broken, people felt safer and more hopeful. Maria continued working hard, but now with the knowledge that her son was safer. Luis started a community program to help other young men leave the gang life behind. Mark looked out over the streets he had sworn to protect. He knew the fight against crime and corruption wasn't over, but he felt proud of the difference he had made. He had kept his promise to Sam and brought hope to a troubled neighborhood. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more stories of hope and justice.